Hey teacher, today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Nasdaq. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on higher time frame, on weekly time frame at the moment, and this is the count that we've been tracking, in which we would have grand super cycle 1-2. Again, this is an assumption that this is actually a wave 1. Why? Because again, this wave 2 would be very much larger than the next wave 2s here in the sequences, so that's why I do think that this is actually a grand supercycle 1-2 that happened around the 2000s. Since then, again, we had another supercycle 1-2, cycle 1-2, primary 1-2, intermediate 1-2, and then we are starting to unfold this whole thing. Since then, again, we would have 3, 4, 5 into the third, having the highest RSI here on weekly on the third of third of third of third. This would make a lot of sense RSI wise. However, if we are taking out this high here, then we would need to shift our bias a bit more even bullish than we currently have. At the moment, again, we are on the very same levels that we had here on the March 2020 lows on RSI as well. So we have basically corrected already this structure what we had here with this previous dump that we had, even without or even before the pump from the June to August, I guess. But yeah, that is the overall higher time frame idea that I've been tracking. The other possibility is that this is actually a wave 1 of something, and this was a wave 4, something like that, or wave 4 was actually this here. So those are the two different ideas overall on higher time frame. If we are taking out this low, then I would be leaning more towards discount. If we are not taking out this low here, then this is still a possibility where this is a 1-2 of something, and we would be continuing higher within this same cycle. So that is that. Now on smaller time frame, let's go back to daily and check out this whole structure from the highs that we've had around 16.7k of that November 2021. Since then, again, we had the possibility of having this cycle end at the highs and creating a third of super cycle complete here, and now we would be somewhat in a very sideways structure. If we are comparing the wave 4s that we've had previously, these have been very, very fast. We don't really have alteration between this first here. We could, I guess, place it here, but again, this structure here is not very clean, so that's why I had it before in here, and at that point again we wouldn't have really good alteration between these two primary degree 2 and 4 here. But yeah, we can see that these wave structures have been very short in time, so I don't really expect this to be too long, but according to the higher time frame and other indices, I'm still leaning to the main idea overall that we had which was this kind of count in which we would have a 3-way structure into W, 3 ways into X, and another 3-way structure into wave Y. At this moment, we can see that this high here that we made on around the August highs is actually higher on RSI than this one. This would mean generally that whatever we had here coming down is complete, and this would be either the X wave as labeled here, or we would be creating a flat structure here, or a running flat, expanded flat or running flat structure here to place the X into that place. And after which, again, that would be just the X wave, and then we would be looking to create a partner leg for this first structure here, and again taking out the next legs downwards. But we'll look into that at that point. At the moment, I am expecting us to get a bit higher price here on more local time frame. Let's check out some of the counts here of more local time frame. Let's go back to wait 4-hour time frame, and let's check out some of the structures. Sage had also a possibility in here where he had this as some kind of diagonal. I pointed out all the things that I didn't like about that on the previous video, so if you want to check that out, check that out. I'm going to go too detail into that today. But in this video, again, this is very similar than in S&P 500, which I've covered so much now, that there is a possibility where this is a 5-way structure, like so, or this could be a WXYXZ. Both are possible. However, I do prefer the WXYXZ all the way up until these highs. However, this feels and looks better as a 5-way structure. So yeah, there's not really much to say about that. Both of them are valid. There again, why I prefer the WXYXZ was just because the wave 3 is so short, 1.236 extension of this first leg. But again, it is not invalid. Wave 4 would be invalidating the thing, or this whole impulse count, if we did break the 11.9k here, but we didn't. So that's that. Now, on the higher time frame, again, let's see if I can find the count. Nope. I got too many counts. I need to sort this out. But the overall idea is that we had a ABC here, and then another 3-way structure or triple correction here to create this higher time frame A and B. A and B just because, again, we did go beyond the structure that we had started from here, and we are right around the 1.236, which is again the area of expanded B, meaning that expanded flat or running flat territory. So that would fit the idea there very nicely. And at the moment, I'm definitely looking for higher prices. If this indeed was the bottom here, we could be aiming for these kind of areas of 1-to-1, which would be the main target again. That would be exactly at 13k. Let's check out if we get some volume nodes. Point of control, let's zoom out a bit. Let's start from here. 1-to-1, not really. There is a lot of volume here. There are some gaps. This 1.382 definitely looks very good as a target as well. 1-to-1. Yeah, I feel like 1-to-1 and 1.382 has the best look here. But of course, we need to be looking into this substructure here, smaller time frames, to see and project any kind of targets here. But anywhere in this box, I would be happy. 13k to 14.1k, that is the areas, and these were, at least at the moment, higher time frame targets that we would be looking to hit. And if we are zooming into the more local structure, we had the idea of having this as a 1-2. And then another 1-2 structure in here on S&P 500, and now we would be looking for higher prices. At the moment, again, it is possible that we are going to be getting some kind of pullback here soon. I'm not quite sure at what point. We did have this possibility of this being a wave 1, 2, 3. On S&P 500, we had not even taken out the highs of RSI here with this current price, so it was a bit less bullish. That's why I thought we would, or we might have some kind of diagonal in here. However, again, here I am expecting that we are actually getting, let's see, to the 1.618, which would be around 11.5. That would take out the current highs here. It would be struggling with this order block here, and then pivot down again, most likely getting support from here, and then upwards, possibly getting stuck on these highs before reverting down. If we are taking out these highs, it is very bullish. I might want to be getting into any kind of pullback here, any kind of 20% pullback here, as that has been what the market has been offering us on the pullbacks lately. At the moment, if we would turn downwards 11.275, and again, I would be looking for a 3-way structure and then looking for that long setup. Not quite sure how this is going to be forming, but at the moment, again, this would be the complete invalidation of this idea of this 1-2-1-2. Of course, the whole impulse wave idea getting invalid is at these lows here at around 10.4k, depending on your risk and where you want to be longing take that into consideration as well. But I feel like that is pretty much all the higher time frame structures I wanted to present to you at this very moment. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.